Welcome back, everybody. This is Eric here with Iraq Veteran 88. We're continuing our 2016 SHOT Show coverage. Actually, I should say we are finishing up some of our 2016 SHOT Show coverage. We came by the Faxon Firearms booth here to have a look around. And guys, I'll tell you, the SHOT Show experience has been really fun. We are on the last day of SHOT Show, kind of wrapping some things up and coming by and talking with some folks. And you guys know that Faxon as a company has grown so much just in the last couple of years. It's been really humbling for me to see it from my perspective, because I remember the first time that I met Bob over at Faxon, and some of the products that we had, we came by SHOT Show, we got a barrel and a break from him. We didn't think much was going to come of it, and then it's developed into this relationship with him that they're just a great bunch of people. We've had them down to our house before. We got to look at the Iraq 31 earlier this year, kind of an early prototype, and they're just a great bunch of people. Well, now with that being said, you guys probably remember we installed, their barrel and their muzzle device on one of our ARs, and we did this crazy meltdown video, and we saw that was just a ton of fun to watch. That whole kind of thing just go crazy there. Well, you guys know Faxon makes a ton of awesome things. They're known primarily right now for a firearm called the Iraq 21, and it's a very, very awesome setup they make. This is kind of one of the first products they've been known for, was the 21. Now this is a modular piston-driven upper that they make. It's a very unique design. It's not an AR. It's very, very different from standard AR-15. You guys are probably familiar with this because it's a product that's been out for quite a while. They're available in 5.56, 300 blackout, and 7.62 by 39. Recently, they bought the Houlding company. Now, you guys are probably familiar with Houlding Precision. Now, these guys do some awesome race gun, AR type stuff, 3-gun type stuff. They have a few basic models of this that they offer. You can either go like all plastic or all carbon fiber. You can see this has carbon fiber buffer assembly, handguard, very, very lightweight. If you guys are familiar, we did a video for FPS Russia, and he did a video, this gun is really awesome. I have actually had an opportunity to shoot, not this exact rifle, but one that they sent down for FPS Russia, and definitely an interesting piece of hardware. Not going to get into every bell and whistle, but if you're familiar with Houlding, which you should be, because they do a lot of great stuff, just know that they're now bought through Faxon. So just look them up. Now, as a result, there's also a lot of things that Faxon's going to offer in the way of rail systems that previously were available through Houlding. I mean, it's still Houlding, okay, but you're getting it through Faxon. So their carbon fiber 4 ends are available now through Faxon in various lengths. And they've also got their own aluminum version now that they're making. And you see it has pretty interesting mounting system right there. These are available in a 7, 9, a 12, and a 15-inch. So Faxon has their own rail system now, which is awesome. Some of you guys have wondered about buying like low mass bolt carriers or anything like that. So the Houlding Precision bolt carriers are also available through Faxon. So if you guys want to have a low mass bolt carrier, you're trying to build a gun for speed, you're trying to get a really fast cycling bolt, or you're trying to just finally tune a gun as a competitor. Sometimes you have a specific need, like you want to tune a gun to a certain type of ammunition, or you want to run a suppressor versus not a suppressor, or you need that bolt to just operate really quick. Having that low mass bolt carrier has its place, and also one of the main purposes of a low mass bolt carrier is to cut down on weight. So that is one bolt carrier group that they're offering, and of course that is a Houlding product, but you can get them through Faxon. So there's the longer rail there. I showed you the shorter versions. The mounting system's the same. So if you decide say you buy a shorter rail, you want a longer rail, all you have to do is swap it out. The mounting system is exactly the same. So everything's modular. Only thing that's different is the length. And the price also kind of fluctuates with the length of the rail, obviously. So another thing they're doing is offering complete uppers now, which is cool, a standard AR-15 upper. So if you don't want to go the 21 or the 31 route, which we'll talk about the 31 here in a moment, you can also go with a standard AR-15 upper. Now the only difference is they don't make bolt carriers yet. Now, I don't want to divulge too much. They may at some point, but at this point, they don't do their own bolt carriers. So basically, you can buy their upper, add your own bolt carrier, whatever you decide to go with, and you've got pretty much a complete out-of-the-box Faxon AR upper. So it's really exciting to see that, at first when I first met Bob and I first started working with their company and seeing kind of the things that they have to offer, seeing that they were kind of just this niche kind of company was making like some kind of cool aftermarket AR barrels, brakes, and things like that, and of course their 21 and 31 uppers. But to see now that You can come to their company and you can get an awesome race gun, or you can build your own AR just with a simple upper. And these are, the configurations that these are available in. You can get quite a few there. So pretty interesting. One of the things that people generally may not realize about Faxon is that I hope they're not going to get mad at me for saying this, but they do a good bit of OEM work too. So there's a chance that if you buy a gun from a popular company that you really like what they're doing, there's a pretty strong chance that a lot of even some of the bigger guys are using Faxon's barrels. So they're a big manufacturer in terms of putting out these barrels. So another option that they've got this year, they're partnering up. This company is Ares Defense. Now. They don't produce this lower, but this is pretty interesting. When he showed this to me, I was like, all right, what's this sorcery here? This is a sporting rifle that is 50 state legal. It's kind of neat. But they partnered it with their ARAC 21 upper. So it's so crazy. Like when he showed it to me, it's a really interesting rifle. So you can see you've got a just normal stock. Okay, you've got no pistol grip. You've got a button safety that's located on the back of the trigger guard, just like you would expect to see on like an old sporting rifle or something like that. It's got an AR-15 mag well, okay? So it can still take standard AR-15 magazines, and you can run any AR upper you want on it. Now in this case, we've got ARAC 21. The balance is just great. I picked it up and was pointing it. It's just an awesome rifle. Now this one has fluted barrel and no threads. So in order to be 50 state legal, can have a threaded barrel. Okay, this is the ARAC 31. This is their 308. Now guys, we've done a little bit of work with this rifle, and I mean a little bit, literally. They were passing through, coming by, and they stopped by our house on the way down to Big 3 last year, and I don't remember, this might be the exact gun that I've shot, don't remember, but this particular rifle is pretty awesome. This is the same type of technology that goes into their 21, except in a 308 caliber. So, a piston system. And I tell you, I did get to do a little bit of accuracy testing. I know a lot of folks were kind of jealous of me for being able to get my hands on this gun just about before anyone else. They're not exactly shipping these just yet. They've got a little bit more work to do because, Bob's the kind of guy, he doesn't really want to put anything out unless it's absolutely perfect, and I can understand why. Now, if something did happen and something came out and it wasn't right, they would make it right because that's just the kind of people they are. But I can understand, you don't want to release if you're a cook, you're not going to let someone taste your dish until it's right. So they're still working on getting a few little things tweaked with the 31. I'm not going to go into the details of what exactly they're doing, but it will be available soon. And hopefully we'll get to do some review work at some point. Maybe we'll have them down again and do some work with it. But my initial impression from shooting the gun, definitely smooth recoil impulse. The weight is not too bad at all. And accuracy is very acceptable. We were getting very good accuracy. And speaking of accuracy, the barrel is the heart of accuracy in any system. So, they make great barrels, and I've been really, really pleased with a lot of the Faxon barrels I'm running on my ARs. We have a lot more videos that we're going to be doing this year and talking about, some of the other options that you have for ARs that are out there. And since there's so much new stuff on the market for aftermarket AR parts and things that guys like Faxon are doing at the OEM level, we'll certainly rehash that video and show off some of these kind of technologies. So speaking of aftermarket type things, let me put this rifle down. Let me just tuck this away so I can sneak it out of here. But I don't think they'd be too happy about that. There's a lot of different barrel profiles that Faxon offers, okay? A lot of different weights, a lot of different configurations in terms of, cosmetic features, flutings, contours, twist rates, things like that. In terms of muzzle devices, they're doing a lot of stuff with different muzzle devices this year. I think Bob was telling me that they're probably going to be releasing at least 5 to 10, somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 to 10 different muzzle devices over the course of the next year or so. Be looking out for that. You can see here a variety of muzzle devices that are kind of, prototype-ish, all right? Now, one of the things about their muzzle devices here is that they're clockable, all right? And that takes a lot of guesswork out of installing the brake and clocking it. Now, you guys remember on the AR meltdown video, this nut worked loose because my dumb butt, I forgot to rock set it in place, and it started to walk off, and you saw that the recoil forces were just jettisoning that brake around, turning it around, and it finally rotated off. Well, it's funny, before I meant to bring it with me. I feel bad for not doing it. Before I left for SHOT Show this year, I found that brake when I was cleaning up in my shop, and it has this like huge bullet hole gash on the side. So when the brake was actually jettisoned from the rifle, it has like this big bullet hole on the side of it. And I was going to bring it and give it to him just to show, you know what happens. But it's interesting, this type of system, as far as I know, they're the only ones that are doing this type of clockable brake system. That takes the guesswork out of installing the muzzle device, rock set it in place if you wish, and you're good to go. That was my fault for not rock setting that brake. So it's not, the fact that the brake walked off was not their fault. It was my fault for not rock setting it. I just torqued it down with a wrench, and that was it. So anyway, there's so much stuff here. I don't want this video to be horribly long, but I would encourage you guys to go over to their website, have a look around, and see what's going on. I mean, the 21s are out there. This is a product they've had for quite a while. So if you've ever been interested in putting together your own, ARAC 21 and everything, consider, looking at their uppers. The Houlding Precision stuff's awesome. You can't go wrong there. So there's a lot going on, but I tell you, I'm really looking forward to the 31. We're almost there, guys. It's on the way. So thanks for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more SHOT Show coverage. We got a little bit more on the way. Friday is an interesting day at SHOT Show. Things kind of wind down a little bit, and it's a great day for going around and talking to folks. So who knows? We might have a couple of interesting interviews popping up and everything. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you next time, and more on the way.